Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Michelle from Michelle's Empty Nest, and today I have out my May Stories by the Month kit to complete the first week in May, which is week 18 for my 2022 Project Life. So this is how I store my kits when I'm ready to use them. I have a little insert from IKEA that goes into the calyx unit, and it creates 5 little small shelves with that little insert. So these trays that I found fit perfectly in those 5 little shelves. And so I usually keep 2 of them with Stories by the Month for like I'm usually kind of straddling 2 different kits at the same time. It could be like for Project Life, I have the 2020 as well as the 2022 kits. I didn't get them in 2021. And then I also usually have 2 story kits out, in each of them in their own tray. And then the top one I use to hold my laptop because it fits in there really well too. But I like having everything just kind of together. It just seems to help me focus more on what I'm doing when it's in a little organized way like this. And so this is how I store them. So I thought I would mention that. It's one of those little fridge bins, but it's just very narrow, or very shallow, I think would be the better word. And so, yeah, I really enjoy using it this way. And so for this week, I already have my cards chosen. I have chosen my photos and I have printed them out. And I have a flip up that I'm going to create. So I have a little hinge for that already made. And then I'm going to probably just handwrite my journaling on this card, the this and that card for May. And so this one should go together fairly quickly. I think I am going to put you on fast forward this time and do a voiceover. So we will get that going. I've got the back of last week's page protector that I'm going to be working on. So we're going to go ahead and get going on fast forward and get this one done. So let's do it. Okay, friends, this one is going to go very quickly. I could have easily left this one on just a talk to you real-time type process, and it would have been just fine because I barely sped it up any. I didn't even do 2 times the speed. So it was a very simple and quick process. So the first thing that I do is work on my flip up, and it is for when we stopped at a Brewster's to get some ice cream. So I have a picture of the store or the restaurant, and then a picture of my little sundae that I got. And these Brewster's ice cream places used to be pretty easy to find around where we live in Georgia. There were quite a few of them, and most of them have closed down. I'm not really sure why, because they had delicious ice cream, made fresh daily, wonderful flavors, lots of variety, and they usually seem to be doing a good business. But I don't know, something happened and a bunch of them closed down. And so when we saw this one, it had been a long day out and about, and we knew that when we saw it, we had to stop and kind of get a little celebratory ice cream as a little bit of self-care there maybe for both of us. So I wanted to include that this week. I have a picture of my cats sitting with me on a chair in the living room beside that one, and then a picture of us at the Cracker Barrel eating after I had to have blood work done and had to fast that day. So we went to Cracker Barrel and got a nice big breakfast that morning after I had my blood work done. And then that picture down at the bottom is a picture of me holding Piper's hand, and that was shortly before that she was put to sleep by the vet. So just kind of a special last moment there between us. And you can see her nose over on the left side there, kind of just touching up against my arm. So I wanted to include that this week. And I went off camera and wrote my journaling. It ended up all being about Piper. I didn't actually write anything about any of the others, but I figured they were kind of pictures that told the story for themselves. And so I decided I would try to use up as much of this chipboard as possible. And I didn't really like this one in the center for some reason, so I just put it inside of that pink messy circle. And I'm going to go ahead and add my date, and I put that inside another messy circle, that yellow one up there. And I like how that went. And that chipboard says things to remember about right now. There's always something. And then on the picture with Stella and Margot sitting with me, that one says thankful for this piece of the story, because having them and having Ellie here with us, our little Yorkie, really does do your heart good when you're grieving the loss of a pet. To have the love of other animals has really been helpful. So I put that on there, and then I put the best of May, a little banner right here on this picture of Brewster's. And then for the Cracker Barrel, there's a little flag shape, and it says love this. And then the chipboard down on the photo of Piper says focusing on the stuff that matters most, because she was definitely our focus and our center of attention for a good chunk of time for several days while we were trying to figure out the best steps to take for her. And then I used an open arms for this season from a previous kit, and also the inside of that flip up was a card from a previous kit. I think it was actually from a story kit. But that's going to finish me up today, friends, and I'll be back here to talk to you in just a second. Okay, this is where I'm going to call this layout done. I am so glad that I was able to use up so many pieces of chipboard in this first layout for May. I only have 3 pieces left, and one of them says May, so I'll definitely try to get that one in this month. The other 2 are very generic with congrats and big love, so it should be easy to use those at any point in time. Maybe I can focus on these fabric pieces one week, since there are, let's see, 3 of them actually mention May. And so I'm doing my best to use up the month-specific things in that month, if at all possible. That's kind of been my plan and my goal throughout all of these Project Life spreads with the Stories by the Month kits this year. So yeah, my journaling ended up being just all about Piper. I really have a lot more to say than this, but it deserves its own layout. So I will definitely be journaling more about our process that we went through when we were losing her, and just kind of what that meant and felt like to us. I will read the journaling real quick. I think I can do it. It says, this week on May 5th, we helped Piper over the Rainbow Bridge, and it gutted me. I knew it would be very difficult, but it was much harder than I ever thought. There is peace in knowing her 12-year-old body is free of pain, and she can once again chase birds and all the squirrels she wants. I'm hanging on to that peace as tightly as I can right now. We miss her so much, and the house feels so empty. So it has really been quite the process for us, grieving her loss. She was our 12-year-old Great Dane, and just a huge, huge part of our family, and we do miss her immensely. So that is where I'm going to end the video today. I appreciate you stopping by so very much. If you enjoyed my process, I would love a thumbs up down below. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that and become a part of my little YouTube family. We are just steadily growing, and that makes me so happy. I'd also love for you to follow me over on Instagram. I am inching ever so close to 1,000 over there, and even though it's just a number, it's a milestone and I would love to reach it. So I'm working hard over there trying to get to 1,000. I always leave plenty of links down in the description box for the products that I use, but if you have any questions or you see something that's not linked and you want to know more about it, be sure to leave me a question in the comment section below and I will get back to you and tell you as much as I can about your question. And other than that, until I see you in the next video, take care of yourself and do something good for yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.